Today I'm making a chocolate macadamia Dacquoise, another family favourite. It's a beautiful soft meringue with a chocolate cream in the middle. We're adding macadamias to the meringue. So to start with, we've got 5 egg whites and we mix those. Oops. Now I'm using a very old vintage mix master. I bought it at a garage sale when I was about 20. For $20. I think it was already about 30 years old then. So, you know, it's getting on, but it's still going. So it's doing a good job. So after a minute or two, soft peaks will form. And then we add 5 teaspoons of caster sugar to the mix. And we mix again. Okay, after a minute, you add the remaining 1 cup of caster sugar to the egg whites. And I've started chopping here 1/2 cup of roasted macadamias. Add a pinch of crema tartare and just fold in. Once that's done, you can add to the tray. So meanwhile, the oven is on at 140 degrees. And it takes around about an hour to an hour and a half to cook. So you can just check on it after an hour. Okay, and that's it. Straight into the oven for about an hour, and I'll check on it after that. So while that's baking, we're going to mix our cream, our chocolate cream. So just add 600 ml of cream and we're going to whip that. Okay, so once that's whipped, we add around 300 grams of melted chocolate. I'm using dark chocolate here, but your preference is milk chocolate, that's absolutely fine. And what we do now is just give that a stir. Just folding it really. So we want the chocolate to stay intact. And if you put that in the fridge, that kind of crunches up the chocolate. So we'll just leave that as it is there now. Pop that in the fridge and wait for the meringue to come out of the oven. Okay, that's just come out of the oven and we will let that cool, and when it's all cool, we'll be able to add our cream chocolate. Okay, now that that has cooled, I've just taken the chocolate cream out of the fridge. So I've just placed the bottom layer onto a serving plate and now just placing the chocolate cream over the meringue. Gently spread that out. And it is a real chewy meringue. It's not a sort of, you know, like a pavlova type mixture. So it is actually very, very lovely. Okay, and all we do now is pop the top of that on there. And finally, we just do a dusting of icing sugar on the top. And I normally just get some cooking chocolate. Again, I've used dark, you can use milk. And I just grate some chocolate to the top. And it is ready to go. So there's a little bit of a crunch, but surprisingly chewy, which when I do serve this to guests, everyone actually comments on that they love the chewiness of it. So definitely worthwhile trying. I'm sure it's going to become one of your new family favourites.